COVID has hit many of us really hard, and there's been, like, the last couple of years have been intense for some, or most of us. Some of us have done really well and feeling great, but for a lot of us, we've been asked to really step up and learn, and it's created a lot of change. I personally have been getting through by using meditation. It's been a godsend, and it's really supportive for me. One of the things that's been brought to my attention is a lot of people don't even know how to begin, where to begin, and some of the meditations that I've put up on my channel are already too difficult for them. So I, at the moment, have promised myself that I'm going to do 30 lives in 30 days, and so I'm doing this video right now very raw. I don't know how to fully do lives, and I will soon, but I don't know how to get it up on my channel yet. So I'm just going to do a raw video. And in that 30 days, I thought for my YouTube it would be really interesting to run a beginner's meditation course. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little bit of supporting you every day to just to convince you to just do a little bit of meditation for yourself, and to talk a little bit about what meditation is. So the reason why meditation is important is because the general way that we see things is that if you have anxiety or depression or something like that, that there's a problem within you, because innately we think that we're supposed to be okay, and if we're not okay, then there's something wrong with us. We have some sort of disorder. But the thing that I have been learning over the last 20 years of doing my work, on 30 years of doing work on myself, but 20 years of working with other people, is that I've discovered very clearly that it's more about us learning to calm ourselves down. Like, our bodies have to be taught how to be peaceful. We have to be guided into calmness. And if we're anxious and we're stressed, it's because we've been guiding our bodies that way, and we have to learn another way to be. And, oh, the plane's going ahead. Can you hear it? It's, for a very long time in Australia, we haven't had planes going, so it's very strange to hear them going in the air. And for a long time in my city, we were in lockdown, so the city was like the country. It was so quiet, you know. But here we are, the plane's going. So with the meditation, with the starting of meditation, what I want to say to you is that the breath is really powerful for us, and starting your meditation practice is about learning how to just start with the breath and why it's important, and the reason why they now, thank goodness for technology, is now teaching us that the breath slows the brain down. It actually switches on the parasympathetic nervous system, switches off the fight-flight. We basically start calming down, and the vagus nerve starts to switch on, which that then enables the cells in our body to reproduce. It calms our all the organs in our body. So, and that is also why the breath is used for anxiety. And I remember when I used to have panic attacks and anxiety, I was like, stop telling me to breathe, as if that's going to help. But amazingly it does. Like, I now teach people who have had crippled with anxiety for some of them 20 years. They come to me and I teach them how to actually understand their energy and manipulate their energy through their breath and through their awareness. And they're amazed at how quickly they start to get on top of their so-called disorders. They learn another way of being, and that way of being stops them from having, you know, full-on anxiousness or anxiety or, you know, panic, whatever. So the very first thing that I want to do right now with you is to teach you how to breathe. And I suggest that what you do is that you put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly down here. I can't quite lean back that far. But take a deep breath. So put one hand on either part of your belly and your heart, and then breathe in between those two spaces. Take a breath in, and when you're taking your awareness, so you're sinking your awareness down into your body. So just try and think about being in as if you're taking your awareness down into your heart and into your belly, so in between those, and take a deep breath in. But when you're breathing in, when people breathe in, they tend to think deep breathing is like really deeply, But I want to do it with like the breeze. So I'm hoping that there's not too much noise with this breeze, because I do live with palm trees and they're very noisy, but it's beautiful as well. And I also want to do these classes with noise, because I want you to learn how to meditate wherever you are, regardless of noise and regardless of the chatter in your head, that you can just concentrate on what the part that you need to, and learn to take away the distractions of the other sounds and things going on in your head. So with the breath, instead of when you're breathing deeply, imagine it's like a breeze, and breeze comes in really gently in the front door and leaves really effortlessly out the back door if both doors are open. So the breath is the same. So when you're breathing deeply, you just breathe really gently and just let the breath go all the way down and feel in between the heart and the belly. And then when you breathe deeply, just take a moment, like just even if you just want to count to 1, and then breathe out. And when you breathe out, I just want you to breathe out with a sigh. Now when you're sighing, people tend to go right, which is a pretty heavy sigh. I want you to imagine that you're seeing something that you love, whether it be a puppy or an animal or a dog or a person or a child, and you're like, ah. So breathe out with the ah. Okay, so we're breathing in. So we're going to do it, and we're going to do 3 breaths, 3 rounds. So breathe in deeply, hold for 1, and then just breathe out with it. Ah. That's it. Now breathe in, hold for 1, and then breathe out with it. Ah. One more time, breathe in, hold for 1, and breathe out. Ah. And you may notice, and part of the meditation is actually noticing that your body already starts to feel a bit differently just doing that. So my suggestion is try to do that practice a few times a day. Just start there. 3 little breaths, 3 times a day, done consciously with awareness, with a gentle ah. And if you want to do a few more, you can do that. But just notice what that does to your body. And then I'll see you tomorrow for the next practice. Bye.